Hey, Allison Verhalen here, coming at you live for today's Marketing Monday, we can call this. So I had a lot of fun. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. Not that this matters if you're watching the replay. But I went live. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, by the way, I'm on LinkedIn as Allison Verhalen. I also have my business account under AV Writing Services, so you can follow both of us. But on my personal account on LinkedIn, I have started going live about once a week with another marketer or someone who's kind of marketing adjacent to me. So we can just geek out about marketing together. And it's a lot of fun and a great way for both of us to grow our audiences. So a couple weeks ago, so this would have been late June of 2023, whenever you're watching this. So I went live with someone I've been connected with for a while now named Alex Greenwood. His company is AGPR, as in Alex Greenwood Public Relations, pretty easy to remember. So you can follow him. I was on his podcast last year, although it was published this year. The episode was published in January of 2023. So you can check that out. PR After Hours is the name of the podcast. So we had a great time on the podcast. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, so I might have to stop for a coughing fit every now and then. So anyway, so we were on this podcast, had a great time, stayed connected on LinkedIn, and then I started doing these LinkedIn lives with other people. And I was like, I decided to reach out to him because we had a great time on his podcast. Why would we not have fun on LinkedIn? And we did. We had a lot of fun. We decided to talk about the similarities and differences between marketing and PR. I probably could have talked about that topic all day long. I'm sure he could have. I always try to make sure that my LinkedIn lives stay between 20 to 30 minutes. So it's a good amount of time for us to get into a topic, but not so much that people are like, okay, I got other stuff to do. Like, is this going to end? So I decided to take some of the stuff that we did not get to talk about in the LinkedIn Live and talk about it on a blog post. So you can check this out on my blog over at avwritingservices.com. You can also listen to this video or listen/watch. There's nothing visual. So if you just want to listen to this while you're doing dishes or whatever, feel free to go for it. I do that all the time. So first up is the difference between brand recognition versus brand management. They are similar, but there's a little bit of a difference there. So I would say in general, and again, there's a lot of crossover. Marketing wants brand management. PR certainly wants brand recognition, right? But I would say in general, marketing is more focused on increasing brand recognition, otherwise known as brand awareness, right? People can't buy from you if they don't know who you are or what you do. So that is the first job of marketing, is to increase that brand recognition/awareness, help people know who you are. PR is more focused on brand management. They also want to help with brand recognition, right? So they're going to help get you some of those media spots that marketing might not be able to get you on its own. So there is, like you said, there's a lot of crossover there. But I would say in general, it's more focused on brand management, making sure that people think good things about your brand and feel good things about your brand. So, what is marketing versus PR? So when we talked about it, so Alex's definition was that marketing involves promoting specific products or services, whereas PR is more about managing public perception of the company as a whole, which I think is a pretty fair statement, actually. That said, earned media can also play a big role in both marketing and PR, but it's more the domain of PR, right? I think earned media gets a lot of talk in the world of marketing as well as being super valuable. Also in the world of SEO, because that's a great way to get backlinks to your website. So absolutely recommend checking that out as a marketing strategy, but it's mostly used in PR strategy, I think, is if you're not familiar with earned media, that's the radio spots, the TV spots. Anytime someone is interviewing you on a large platform that you don't own, that is considered earned media when you're not paying for it, right? So if you're paying for something to show up on social media, let's say, or if you're paying for a commercial to show up on TV, that's not earned media, that's paid media. Also a great way to get your brand in front of people, but there's a difference in what it's for, what it's doing, how you got there, all those different things. So PR, their job is to get you the TV, the radio interviews, getting people to talk about your company. They are also going to be the ones who write and submit press releases, announce new products and services, talk about company achievements, events. All that stuff is great stuff for press releases, right? Anytime you do anything, I have a client who says anytime she sneezes, she wants to write a press release about it, right? If you're doing great stuff and you're out in the world being amazing, tell people about it. Don't just assume they'll figure it out. You have to tell them. Marketing is a great way to do that, but PR is also a great way to do that too. So next up is who owns your content. I think this was the first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about the differences between marketing and PR, because I do think about, again, earned media. If you're on someone else's platform, they get to control the conversation. So you can talk to them ahead of time about what you do and do not want, but in general, they're going to be the ones deciding what is and what is not going down on their platform. So I always recommend focusing on your website content. This is even more true of like press releases, right? Because so we've got, for example, Medium, social media, great ways to market yourself and tell people about who you are and what you do and to distribute your content. But I don't want all of your content to live there, because then you don't own the content. They can do whatever they want with it. They can delete it. They can make sure their algorithm ensures that no one will ever see it. They can delete your account without any explanation, right? They can do whatever they want. That is even more true of PR, because then you are handing over, when you hand over a press release, for example, you give it to an editor and then they mess around with it before they publish it. First, they decide whether or not to publish it. And if they do publish it, they will usually make some changes before publishing it. Hopefully the changes are fairly minor. Sometimes they're not so minor. Sometimes it's, what are you doing? What are you doing to my content? Because you gave it to them for a specific reason, right? You wanted a specific message out in the world, but they have their own agenda. So there's another level there of having to get through that gatekeeper and potentially having content out there that is not the content that you thought was going to go out there. Something that Alex and I talked about a lot is the fact that social media has really blurred the line between marketing and PR. It's always been blurry, but social media has made it so much more blurry, just because social media absolutely can be a great way to make sure that you are getting the word out about your company. People are feeling good things about your company, but it's also where most companies go when they have a PR scandal. First place they go is social media. They're going to tweet something about it. They're going to put something up on Instagram or Facebook or wherever their primary platform is. They're going to get on there real fast and start talking to their customers and their audience about, okay, hold the phone. Here's what's happening, right? You always see that. And then you see that in the news when people talk about the big companies that get in big trouble, right? What did they say on social media? So again, social media is a great part of your digital marketing strategy, but it's also a lot about PR. Something I did not have a chance to ask Alex about was the difference between influencer marketing. Like, is influencer marketing the new PR? Because that has gotten a lot of talk. And I mean, it's called marketing, right? It's influencer marketing. But again, it's giving your product to an influencer and having them talk about it on their post, which means, I mean, you can give them a script. You can't trust that they're going to follow the script. They're going to talk about it in whatever way they want to talk about it. But it's similar to PR in that, when you put in a press release, it gets published as an article. The audience, the readers might not necessarily know that it's a press release. They might think that this is the news organization that they follow. They're just writing about this company, product or service, whatever it might be. Same with influencer marketing. The idea is to make it look super organic so that people are going, oh, there are people already out there in the world using this product or service and loving it. Maybe I should buy it too. It doesn't look like an ad, even though I think at this point we all know about influencer marketing. I've seen influencer marketing done really well, and I've seen it done where it's like, this is an ad. Same with product placement, right? There was a show that I used to love, and towards the end, it was like, this is a car commercial. This is not a chase scene. This is not my show. This is a car commercial. Can I not have a car commercial in the middle of my show, please? it got really annoying. So that's another thing to consider, is whether influencer marketing is in fact the new PR. And keep in mind, marketing and PR are both most effective when they are working together, because when you are launching a new product or service, you want to talk to PR. We were talking about this actually. Alex mentioned a really funny to us because there's no stakes for us, right? But someone renamed something that they thought was very clever and very funny, and it was, but they got in a lot of trouble for it because they did not think past, oh, this is funny and clever and creative and I like it. A PR person would have been able to say, yeah, no, don't do that. So same with when you are launching something, PR can get you that earned media in conjunction with your marketing strategy. So they both are building off of each other, and you're getting more brand awareness and more awareness of this product or service that you're launching. So absolutely tell your PR people when you're launching something. They can help. Tracking metrics is another one we talked about. So this was interesting because, again, the goals are very similar, right? We want people to know about our product or service, know about our brand, feel good things about our brand. PR and marketing both want those things. But when it comes to measuring them, PR in general will focus on how people feel about your brand. So that's sentiment analysis. Marketing will focus on, are people aware of us? Are they looking at our posts? Are they engaging with our posts? How many leads did we get as a result of this marketing campaign, right? So those are all things that you need to focus on, the different metrics that they're focusing on. Again, marketing cares about sentiment analysis too, but in general, that's going to be PR's domain. And again, the thing that they both have in common is trying to convert this into dollars, because it's never a direct correlation of like, we did all this stuff and then we got this much dollars. Usually it's sales going, we got this many dollars, and marketing and PR going, yeah, but we set the board for you. All you had to go do is go check, right? So that is something to consider. Always, always, always track your metrics. So that is it. That is everything I have for you today. If you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me. You can also, again, read more about this at my website, avwritingservices.com, as in my initials, Allison Verhalen. So that's AV Writing Services. And you can email me directly at info@avwritingservices.com. That's it. Have a great week and happy blogging, everyone.